Alright, we are going to be watching JohnTheFort, who is playing Anna, Lucio, and Kiriko on Dorado. And the rank is, don't know, because they are entirely new to Overwatch. This is what they said. I'm so bad I can't even win in pre-bronze lobbies. I'm unranked because I can't even win 7 games yet. I think I did fine overall in round 1 as Anna. I was in all right positions, even negated a few ults, or maybe that's my late night tilt induced mental breakdowns, made me go into delusions. And eventually we clutched round 1, even with a good May freeze from the enemy. Anyway, round 2 begins. I pick Lucio and all goes wrong. We're being walled for like a whole minute and lose, even with me switching to Kiriko with moderate success, but still losing in the end. I just went on it, scathing criticism, so don't hold back. Maybe it'll get me out of my tilt state. Okay, so for starters, if you're entirely new to Overwatch, the way that they're going to do is they're going to put you there. I mean, you can't see your rank, but they're going to put you in roughly like gold level games, because if you think about it, they don't know what your skill level is, right? You know, all the way from the first percentile to the 100th percentile, they have no idea. So they're going to put you at the 50-50 point, which is roughly low gold, I think, something like that. And if you lose that game, they're going to be like, oh, okay, you're worse than that. And so they'll put you into, let's say, high silver. If you lose that game, then they'll put you into, medium, middle silver, and then low silver, and so forth. I think it's entirely normal when you start playing Overwatch to lose a bunch of games, because you're probably not a 50th percentile player because you're brand new to the game. Overwatch is a very, very complicated game. It's really, really hard to learn, frankly, even what heroes can do to you, much less be able to react to them. So I think it's totally normal to lose games. I wouldn't worry about it. It won't take you that long till you get to a level where games will feel dramatically easier. That being said, we can still watch the replay and see how we can help. Okay, for starters, you're playing Anna. I would start by saying this is not a good spot to play. You don't have really good line of sight here because you have this corner which can cut you off, and you're very vulnerable to spam, right? Someone who's over here shooting at you can spam that rear wall, and they can spam the floor in front of you. Versus if you're playing up here, which is where almost everybody plays. I have no idea why your team in particular is not playing up here. But if you're playing up here, you can see everything, right? And it's really hard for them to hit you, because from down here, they hit you directly dead on, because they can't splash anything, right? They can't splash the ground, and they can't splash this wall because you're on the other side of the wall. Also, you very quickly can get the cover. If someone's trying to chase you, right? If someone's like running up over here trying to kill you, you're on high ground, so you just step back from the edge, and what can they do? They have to run all the way through here, up these stairs, and then they can come get you, right? Well, the whole time you can be like, oh, I'm just going to go this way, and then you leave and you're gone and you're safe. So by default, play high ground.
Attackers incoming.
All right, let's watch and see what happens.
Stop the payload.
Oh, note for your other support is a Moira, so there's a ton of healing. Your Moira is light coming out of spawn, and you can do all that. Probably going to get your point if it matters. Okay, so Moira gets healed, gets walled off. There's nothing you can do about this, right? Just get ready to heal her as soon as she comes around the corner, right? I would have my crosshair sitting right in the edge of the corner to heal the Moira. The waiting is really bad. Okay, so now you see the beginning of the problems. You can see this Cassidy has come up from the right stairwell. What are you going to do, right? Where can you go? Even if you start going to the left, he can easily follow you very quickly, right? He's like, oh, you're going to try to get around the corner? I just roll. I'm over here now. And then you have nowhere to go. And then he just kills you in 3 shots, right? Like, this is why playing low ground is a really bad idea. Okay, now you're gonna try to duel. Right, you throw a grenade, which I think is a good idea. Try to keep yourself alive. You miss it. You're very lucky you do not die here. Okay, but the problem is, because you're out of position, not healing, your Orisa dies for this. So ultimately, fundamentally, this is your fault, right? Like, yes, you survived technically, but your whole team had to come back to save you, and your Orisa dies for it. If you're playing high ground, that Cassidy can't do anything to you, right? Literally, you're healing Orisa. He's like, oh, he walks over there. Just step back, and I can still see my Orisa, but the Cassidy can't see me. Right? Big mistake, positionally. You gotta... I don't know what you're shooting at. Okay, so... You're playing way too close. Especially when you're tank dead, there's no reason to be playing this close to the enemy as a support. Okay? They're gonna push through here. There's nothing your team can do to stop them from pushing. Like, I guarantee, even if you're all top 500 players, there's nothing you can do right now to stop them from at least taking this corner right here. So your goal should be, I want to get into a safe spot for the next fight. What are safe spots, right? A safe spot could be over here, right? It could be over here. It could be over here. It could be over here, right? Or potentially even over here as well, okay? This spot right here, extremely dangerous. What do all those spots have in common? They are far away from the enemy, and they have cover. You are close to the enemy and have no cover. Like, if someone comes around this corner right now and picks a fight with you, you have no ability to disengage from this fight unless you hit a sleep dart. And if there's a second enemy, you die. So... positioning, not good. You have to back up. Alright, so You're already taking some damage. You throw a grenade. I think it's a reasonable grenade, right? You're splash the tank. Made a good wall off. Okay. So again, you see how you walk forward there, right? No reason to be walking forward. Like this fight is not gonna happen until your Orisa gets back, right? Back up here. So preferably, I think playing this side's okay. I think I personally get nervous playing this side because if anyone comes up from this flank, which is very, very common, especially when they have any high ground heroes, then you can die. But in this situation, it is in fact okay. But I'm just noting that in general, I would prefer to retreat to the left.
Starting off.
Okay, so everything you're doing here is kind of wonky, okay? Like, what's your goal right now? Let's pause and think. What is your goal right now? Is your goal, I'm going to fight these guys and I'm going to win? No, it's 5-on-4 right now. You have no tank. It's very easy for them to kill any one of you. It's very hard for you to kill any one of them, especially without grenade. Your goal should be to stay alive, right? Play time, wait for your Orisa to get back. Instead, let's look what you end up doing. Okay, you're walking forwards, right? You see? There's no reason to be walking forwards right now. I know your Genji's doing something over there, but it's nothing you do to help him. Right? You're walking into where 5 people can look at you and kill you very, very quick. At higher levels, you'll die almost instantly for this. Okay? There's no reason to be walking forward here whatsoever. Right? And then you're just kind of hanging out here, just sitting in the middle of the whole team. You fire a random sleep dart. Okay, yeah, you hit the Orisa. And now you're like, maybe this is not great. And now you're just kind of staring at the Orisa for a while. Like, you see your Moira is low, right? You're still not moving backwards. And now you're just kind of frontlining into the team. And I'm honestly shocked that you are not dying here. I suspect that you're already probably at low silver, high bronze maybe, based on the fact that no one is shooting at you. Like, not even like they're shooting and missing you. No one's even shooting at you, even though you're a super obvious target in the middle of the team. So I think count yourself lucky that you are not dying here. I think trying to kill the Orisa there is reasonable. Again, you're frontlining way too much, right? Just look at this, like, vertically. Okay, you can see like their whole team is just gonna come up and they're just gonna kill you here, right? You're also not healing your Junkrat behind you, who has been super low for I'm pretty sure a while now. Okay, you finally go back, okay? But unfortunately, look at the timing, right? Let's look when you decide to go back. What happens, right? You see how your tank goes forwards now, and now you have no ability to support your tank. So once again, you are out of sync with your tank. Okay. You should recognize, oh, my tank's going forward. You should take an angle that helps you, like, go help your Orisa, right? If I see my Orisa going forward, I can either walk left here, or I don't feel safe doing that. I can walk to the left over here. Going this way is the worst thing because that relies on my Orisa, A, having to play on the right side of the cart, B, having to step forward enough that the Orisa can heal. Like, the Orisa has to stand right here for you to heal the Orisa. If she stands right here, right, or here, or here, or here, you cannot get. They can't heal you, or rather, you can't heal her. Okay, and the thing is that tanks can't always necessarily play in a perfect position because the other team will force them to move around, right? The Orisa can't guarantee that she'll be standing between here and here. You have to maintain some degree of flexibility to support the Orisa no matter what. You still shoot Junkrat low. That's a bad grenade, right? First of all, it's not much faster than shooting with 2 darts. Second, grenade is a very long 10-second cooldown. It's one of the strongest abilities in the game. You should almost always throw nades to hit the enemy. You will win a ton of games if you can consistently save nades to throw at the enemy. Hitting your own teammates with nades, and only your teammates, like not a splash that hits both. That's fine, right? But if you're only hitting your teammates with nades, you are, including yourself, you are probably going to lose the game. I know it seems like kind of crazy that one ability can make that big difference, but I assure you, it really can make that big a difference. It is one of the strongest abilities in the game by far. Alright, good healing there. That's fine. Alright, it's fine. You know, you don't need to keep worrying about that. The Moira's clearly gone and did heal jump, right? I would just assume Moira's going to heal, right? Good time to reload, right? Okay, again. So, you notice that once again, you're like having trouble healing the Orisa, right? The Orisa's already getting low, she's forced to pop cooldowns because you're not able to heal her. So I would generally play left side here versus right side. Why? Why would I instinctively do that? It's because of the angle of the corner, okay? When the enemy team comes around the corner, they can see the left side of the cart, but they can't see the right side of the cart. That inherently means that if you are someone standing here, okay, you're always going to be safer standing here than here. Okay, this is just like, if you've played other FPSs, this is like just general angle logic. If I play here, this is a wide angle, right? Everyone on the team can shoot me. If I play inside, only half of the team can shoot me. The only way for the rest of the team to shoot me is that they must also swing wide in order to fight me. And additionally, they're all going to stack up right here, right, and kind of be in each other's way. So the only way for them to really shoot is that they have to go all the way out to here in order to get a clean shot at me on the inside. So in general, you want to play for a situation where you think your tank is going to be. I assume partially because I'm also a tank player. My tank will be playing left side of the cart if they are in this position at all. Granted, I don't think the Orisa should be this far forward, but if the tank's going to be anywhere, they're probably going to be on the left, not on the right. So just a little bit of like angle logic to think about. Okay, so right there, healing prioritization, super important, right? You want to be healing your Junkrat here, not the Orisa, because the Junkrat is very low and can potentially be one-shot. There's almost no way that the Orisa can die here. I don't agree with that, Nate. I think your Junkrat was effectively out of danger there. Okay, good job looking for the Genji. Okay, so this is a great example where your, let's say, careless nade usage is going to end up costing you this fight. So your Junkrat's low. First of all, you missed the grenade. Second, you could have easily darted him. Third, what is happening right now? Moira is popping Coalescence. We just heard the voice line. Coalescence heals a ton, right? He heals like, I don't know, 150 health a second or something like that, okay? So if you nade a target, you're effectively preventing her from healing that target, which is 150 damage a second equivalent, right? Like, basically, targets that are being healed by Moira typically don't die unless the whole team is focusing them because of how much it heals. Your nade prevents healing, which is absolutely massive right here. If you nade the Orisa dies here, 100%. Right? But again, you don't have nade, and then you just die. In fact, let's watch this whole sequence through to recognize how many mistakes that you just made. Okay, so they're pushing forward, right? You don't nade, right? And you don't dart, and you miss the nade. Okay, so that's like basically 3 mistakes right there that you've already done. Right? Now they're pushing forward. You can't nade the Orisa. That's the 4th mistake, effectively. Right? You start taking damage from the left, and you're not registering that the Cassidy is walking up on you, even though you can hear the voice line and you can see the animation, right? Which would give you a chance to sleep. Right? Now the Cassidy's on you. Okay? You throw the sleep, right? And then you die. Right? Additionally, notice while you're getting shot, we'll count this as mistake number 5, you're not shooting or doing anything. Right? Like, you see how the Junkrat's low and you didn't try to fire it. Like, this is winnable. Your team just killed 2. Okay? But you don't give the Junkrat any healing here. Right? You throw the sleep way too late, and then you die. Reese is carrying. Nope. Oh yeah, your team's gonna win. Okay. So your team won that basically without you doing anything. You did almost no healing, you didn't land nade, and you didn't land sleep. Alright, quick note on nano usage, right? You want to nano people who can win the fight. And that's a really complicated concept. I mean, like, it seems obvious, but it's really complicated to try to understand who can win a fight. The most common target in this scenario would be Genji, right? Because Nano Blade goes from 2 hits killing a 200 health hero in 2 hits versus 1 hit, which is a massive difference. Because Genji, after he gets a kill, gets a dash reset, meaning he can dash again right away. So a Genji, who's killing people in 1 hit, can go dash kill, followed by immediately, and I mean immediately, I mean like within half a second, dash kill again, and so forth. And so he can kill 6 people within like 2 or 3 seconds if he is nano. Without that, it takes him twice as long, but in reality, much more than that, because it gives people time to react. So you can go from wiping a team in 2 or 3 seconds to wiping a team in 10 seconds / losing a fight. Okay? So nanoing Genji, definitely your number 1 option, right? Number 2 option, nanoing Orisa to keep the Orisa alive. Your Orisa's going to die. You probably need to nano her, because if your Orisa is the anchor of the team, if she dies, your team's going to get walked over, no matter what else is going on. Number 3, nanoing your Junkrat. Also a good option. If your Orisa's not taking a lot of damage, but the other team is kind of overwhelming you, your Junkrat does a tremendous amount of consistent damage, and he can kill people very quickly with nano. Just thinking that through. I would try to kill Mei there. Okay, so they got Winston. You heard it. You saw it, right? So you know they're going dive. I have to play accordingly, right? I have to play hopefully more than 1 jump away. And if you don't know how far Winston jump is, I can't help you. But you know, that's just something to think about, is I don't want to be playing this close to the cart, ideally, right? I want to be playing further back now to force a really long dive. It's tough because your Orisa's taking a ton of damage here. This is a good example where I think throwing a nade actually is reasonable, because they've done so much damage now that oh my god. Alright, so this is a huge moment right here. First of all, if you had nade, I understand why you threw nade, but if you had nade, you throw nade here, the Moira instantly dies, and the Cassidy's 1 tap away from dying. Like, any amount of damage would kill him here. Number 2. Even without those, I would try to shoot the Moira right here, right? Because again, they're just literally walking right in front of you. I would definitely try those darts. All right, Nano, the Genji, I don't think that he needed it. And then the Winston dives on you, and then things go awry. Okay, so it's tough, right? Because the Winston's jumping on you. I think you walk backwards here, right? Your Moira is here, so just walk backwards into the Moira and hope Moira turns around and helps you. It forces the Winston out of the bubble. The last thing you want to do is die and have the Winston stay in the bubble, which is exactly what's happening right now. Right? This right here, this is visualized panic. Right? From here, for the record, Monkey does 60 damage a second with lightning, which is the same amount of damage as meleeing you nonstop. So the Monkey is going to kill you in 2.3 seconds. Okay? You can just walk away from this. Right? The last thing you want to do is, like, you see how the Moira was healing over here? Right? If you just walk backwards, all right, let's rewind and watch this. Right? There's even a healing orb here. If you just walked backwards, if you just walk backwards and follow your Moira, you are totally fine here. Right. Now the Maid throws ice. The fact that you're dead makes everything really hard. Maybe. Okay. So in the interest of time, I mean, I could probably go over, I could literally spend like 2 hours watching this video, right? And I can go over every little mistake. I think I'm just going to fast forward to the end in the interest of time, just to see like what could we have done differently at the very end. Okay, so you're on attack, right? So where is, damn, how far did they push this? What the heck? Oh, okay, you are definitely not favored to win this. Okay, so you need to go really, really far in 30 seconds, which means you have to win, you know, one team fight. Maybe you already won a team fight right there, but you need one team fight here, right? A second team fight probably here, and a third team fight here in order to win this. So I'd be thinking about that the whole way. Is I basically need 3 team fight wins to win this game, and it's going to be almost all of it's going to be in overtime. All right, so you've lost your Soldier, right? It's going to be 4 and 5, but you're going to have to fight this no matter what. Risa popped the Fortify, which he shouldn't have. That's a terrible grenade. The fact that you threw the grenade just tells me that you're already going to lose. So, again, remember my point about grenades? You must, especially in the situation of 4 and 5, you have to hit a big grenade, right? You have to hit multiple people in the opposing team for any chance at winning this fight, 4 and 5. Like, 4 and 5 is I have to take risks in this situation to try to win this fight. Also, you're playing way too far back, right? Generally, I'm like, hey, play safe, play defensive. This is a situation where you must win this fight. You're not going to have time to fight this out and then respawn and come back and touch again. You must win this fight. So I want to be playing up here, right, and getting ready to probably try to get a kill myself and not necessarily even relying on my team to get it for me. You're way too far back. And that grenade was basically, your Risa was full health, A, nearly full health, B, you had no vision on the enemy team. You have to step forward right now. You're just reloading back here for no reason, right? You're not even low on ammo, right? When did you reload? You're 7, 6, right? Your Risa's still injured right now. You're not healing the Risa. Walk forwards. Oh, sorry. I just realized you're not the Ana. My bad. I forgot you switched. Okay. So, watch it from the Kiriko's perspective. But now you understand that your Ana's through the game for you by doing that. Okay, so you can't shadow step to him, twist step to him because he is definitely not, like, there's just too many people on him. But you could have thrown the Suzu right here to save him. Right? Just see, there's plenty of time. Throwing Suzu would have saved him right there. Again, 4 and 5 situation, so I'd definitely be thinking I might need to get a kill here for us to win this game. Right? Very possible. Okay, so I don't agree with the movement here. Why are you going behind the cart? Like, you need to constantly keep healing right now to keep people up. Like, you're walking, you're like, oh, I'm healing, I'm going to walk behind you. But why am I breaking line of sight of the tank? Then if I'm breaking line of sight, I can't keep healing the tank. Right? You're not in any danger. You're not low. They don't have snipers. Like, just keep healing your tank. You see how long you like lose line of sight your tank? You have to keep healing. Tanks will make different decisions based on how much healing they're getting. If they don't feel healing, they assume something is wrong, and they will play defensively. This is not a situation where your Risa can afford to play defensively. Maintain line of sight your tank at basically all times. See, now you're having trouble keeping up because you had a deficit of not healing your Risa because of how low she's going. Right? You throw Suzu there. Unfortunately, I don't think you actually needed Suzu there because let's watch. We'll pause right here. Why don't I think you need Suzu here? Because your Risa is so far away from the rest of the team, right? And she's about to go behind cover. She's totally fine here. I don't necessarily need to pop Suzu right here, right? I can just keep healing, right? And then wait for them to commit more and then use Suzu. We lost his tracking on Risa when she went. So now your Genji's in, okay? Your Genji built Blade, which is a good job, okay? If you had Suzu here, I would swift step onto him and Suzu right away. Because I need the Genji to live here to win this fight. and he dies. And I didn't even know that was gonna happen because I haven't seen this really before. Okay, that was a perfect example where if you had not Suzu'd, you swift step here, you Suzu him, the Genji wipes the team. The Joker was one hit away from dying. Okay, then he gets reset, he kills everybody on the team. Right, so big mistake by you. Now this fight's like nearly unwinnable, right? Now you have to use 3 people, 2 supports, and a tank to kill 5 without ultimates. There's almost no way that you can win this fight. Your Ana has Nano, but like even with Nano and the Orisa's not gonna kill everybody unless their team like throws.
Overtime.
Okay, this everything here is just panic, which is shocking that you're not dying. And again, you're not healing here either. It just okay. So let's just kind of watch it. Okay, you're healing, right? Use that bad Suzu. Genji's in. Try and heal. Okay, Genji's dead. Okay, Orisa's looking at you, and then you decide, hey, what's your plan here? Right? So you had 2 options. You could Suzu to the Ana, or you could Suzu to the Orisa. I think Suzu to the Ana would be throwing this fight. I think you have to go to the Orisa. What do you end up doing? Right? So you Suzu right here. Oh, you get stunned. That's how you end up. I was like wondering how you ended up getting over here at all to begin with. Why didn't you have Suzu up right away? So you should have Suzu way earlier. Right? At this moment right here, I would have turned and Suzu'd. I don't want the Orisa in my face doing a ton of damage, right? I don't want to get low first. I want to Suzu right away and get out of here. Right? You Suzu too late, so you ate that shot. Now you're just looking at the ground, probably thinking that you have Suzu, but it's not on cooldown. On cooldown rather. Right? You finally get Suzu, then you are throwing daggers into the Orisa, who is the worst possible target to kill, because again, you would need like 5 darts to kill her instead of any of these other heroes that would give you a chance at actually winning the fight. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. Again, you could have healed your Orisa right there. She's nanoed, so like she potentially could actually live here, and then you just get walked over and die. Okay, yeah, there's a lot going on there. I think short answer is don't be discouraged by losses before you've placed yet. Again, even after you place, you probably will still lose some more games while the game is still calibrating to figure out what your actual skill level is. I don't know why people complain about this. There's no better solution, right? The game can't predict how good you are until you play the games. So yeah, I mean, just play the games. Don't worry about it. Hopefully the tips around positioning, ability usage, and prioritization were helpful.